I'm out as the stream started. Howdy y'all, welcome to the stream. Started here. I'm out as the stream started. Howdy y'all, welcome to the stream. I'm gonna start by getting the inverse kinematics logic from the starter kit here. Howdy y'all, welcome to the stream. Generally it's this bottom section. I'm gonna start by getting the inverse kinematics logic from the starter kit here. Generally it's this bottom section. I'm gonna start by getting the inverse kinematics logic from the starter kit. Pause this motherfucking idiot. Okay, so basically this is what we're going to use to make the mech walk. I haven't really uploaded the legs part yet of this tutorial because I've been trying to learn how to do this myself still. But basically, I mentioned in earlier parts that we oftentimes will start with a frame. I'm going to extract the frame straight from this. It'll ensure that all this logic remains the same and works properly on the final product. It's a good way to get a mech from started. So I'm going to copy these. Actually, first of all, do this in material selection channel so it's distinguishable from the rest of my mech. Just gonna make this all one unique material. I'll go with cobblestone for now. I'm gonna make a little label over here for it. So this will basically make it so that when we copy if you're gonna give the mech over to someone else, for example, it's really important to, in my opinion anyways, it's useful to have selection channels like this, because it's there's the copy limit, right? You can't copy more than 1500 parts at once. Mechs are usually more than that, or well, I guess as opposed to any high powered build. But having selection channels like this will basically let you grab a specific part of your build and share it with others. It's useful to have. So I'm just gonna do this there we go. It's gonna be for the schematics, and honestly the rest of the frame as well. I'll probably do with this material for the moment. It looks kind of goofy, so I'm just gonna change it to concrete. It's better. Cobblestone. There's concrete. There's concrete. So now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna start by copying all of these servos here. Actually, before I do anything else, I'm gonna get this centered so that mirror mode works on it. So let's say it was X value is 35 right here. Make this 0, I'll go directly to the center. Oh my god, mirror does not want to work with me, that's okay. Now it is. There we go. So I'm gonna duplicate this and move it back here a bit. And then basically, these are gonna be used for the legs pretty much. So these are gonna make them walk. I'm gonna make them bigger so they fit on the mech. Oh my god, this background is fucking annoying as hell. Okay, let me. Yes, this is gonna have all the same logic from over here. I'm gonna make one more copy of this as well, actually, just so we have one. Only one of them is gonna be in use, but Dylan has this little model on his, and I like having a second copy of it. For some reason, this fucking thing is preventing me from doing it. Mirror mode. Let me go. Turn off mirror for a second. Copy this. That's better. I'll reactivate it and continue. So okay. I'm gonna return this section back to smooth plastic for now. Just so it's distinguishable from this one because we're actually putting this in use. Okay, so now we have this. I'm gonna move these off to the side for the moment and then just establish the mixed proportions. Once we have that, we're gonna add these servos. Okay. Quick sidetrack here. This is a function that'll basically allow us to know which direction these servos are gonna rotate in. It tells us their axis of rotation. It's pretty useful when dealing with things like walker logic because you want your servos to have the right range of motion, right? Like if your knees were gonna go, I don't think it's my mouse on the screen or not, but they should be rotating on a certain axis of rotation, right? Like our knees naturally rotate a certain way. If we're making a mech and it goes another way, then that's bad. It'll not walk properly. So using Control T will ensure that these face the right way. Works on a lot of other parts as well, like thrusters and stuff. I don't know if we'll get to that during the stream or not, but if we do, I'll point that out. Anyway, so now we have the servos copied. I'm gonna start doing my actual frame here. usually start with a cylinder, it's just habit. I don't have to do it this way, but I'm gonna do it this way for the stream since I'm used to it. 75. Also, I recommend starting off with just like if you notice I've been typing in values into the tools, this will just ensure that mirror mode actually works on your stuff. Sometimes I'll see mechs where there's parts that are like very close to the center, but they're offset by like, a very small decimal point or something, and it's messing with mirror mode. Doing this will ensure that mirror mode actually recognizes your parts properly. Doing this 24, I usually have a certain standard size I do this by. It doesn't have to be this if you're doing this and like you want to make your own, but I'm going to start with 24 by 48 by 48 for this cylinder here. And I usually work in increments of 8, but it depends, it's again just a preference thing. So now I have this, I'm just going to add some parts here. So basically, first I remember, that's not good. Okay, yeah, mirror mode's working. So now we have mirror mode on, I'm going to move this up. Well, we'll see in a second. I should line up with this certain part of this cylinder here. And move this back up further though. 24, yeah, that'll be halfway. I'm gonna use hitboxes as well as just numbers to have kind of a standardized like scale by which you build your parts with. Again, not a necessity, but I like to do it anyways. It's helpful for ensuring your shit lines up. It's more of an issue back in older building games like BYM and B&D where hitboxes had to weld in order to, or had to connect in order for parts to weld. With engineering's welding is a bit different. It just does it based on contact, but still out of a force of habit, I like to do it this way. I haven't really gotten anything in the actual tutorial series yet, but basically, this frame is going to establish so the frame itself is going to be the structure, right? And it's achieving the function of walking. That's what the servos from Dylan's IK are there for. Once we have legs, we're going to add these 2 legs, basically. But I usually start from the torso just because I like doing that to establish portions. It's kind of a force habit thing again. I just kind of need to do it this way in order to feel comfortable with making mechs. I'm going to this up to about 64 for the height here. This is basically the top of the torso right here. So I'm going to give it some like joints, basically. These are where the arms connect to. We'll add some more logic once we have these in place, but just if you're following along with the stream or something, just follow along and put these on. You can do this with whatever part you want to. I like doing it with decagons, just out of again habit. This is probably the most closest thing to no, that's the wrong size. But back in I forgot to activate mode again. Let me move this over and I'll activate mirror mode. But back in B&D, you'd have to know like actual trig in order to difficult to actually make a mathematically correct decagon or something. So a lot of people would have made similar shapes out of just wedges, like wedge circles. Made it by rotating wedges on top of each other, compounding it until it makes a circle. These are pretty similar to that. I'm not using them for the same function, it's just for getting your torso joint a certain place. Then put this like lowering it this way with the flat side of the decagon lining up with the torso here. This over by 2 so it lines up here. Okay, yeah, fuck that up. 0.5, I'm pretty sure. I don't know, I'm just gonna put this back in. I did it wrong here, but I meant to mess. Here we go. 32 now. Again, these don't have to be as exact as I try to make them. I just do it like this because habit. Okay, I'm gonna make this concrete like the rest of it. And, one thing I was going to make actually. I'm gonna make a color selection channel here. This will be actually this black metallic. It's a custom color I have. But yeah. So this on black metallic now. This is part of the frame section there. Here. Section channel, excuse me. And move this over. Basically, this will make it so you can select this part by color if you want to do that. Now, if you'll notice, it's also concrete, right? And so this is depending on if you want just the frame, you can select it by color. If you want the frame and the IK, you can select it by material. I feel like it's nice to have multiple different types of selection channels for things like this. Kind of a crappy example, honestly, but it's it is what it is. Let me let's call this frame body, just so it looks the physical frame rather than just logic. I'm gonna make these two separate actually, because if we're doing it this way, might as well do it. This should be like this, like grass for now. Okay, this is really laggy on 4 graphics. Not much I can do about that. Move this down further and get another one of these. This will go with the legs, basically. Okay, this is here. If I want it like this, I can make the torso a bit taller. What is it, about 16, which should look fine. Yeah, that's better. Here we go. It's down 16. Okay, that's good there. And so now I'm just gonna add some taper and deck icons to these. Rotate those. Side here. These are just for looks mostly. We can build up the design a bit later on in the mech, basically, sort of thing with these. I think that's like 6 for now. I'm gonna move over 8, but it's not really that big of a deal at the moment. Still, it's not that big of a deal. Anyways, there we go. Okay. So this is a pretty odd looking torso so far. I would imagine it's just a bunch of blocks, right? It'll basically become something greater later on. The main purpose of this right now is just for us to see what our proportions are going to be like. In a very basic sense. I'm gonna add the head next. So for head, I'll do like 12 by 12. Our base plate here. Okay, now so when you're copying the logic from the starter kit, if that's what you're doing, that's what I'm gonna do for this because it's easier, anyways, in my opinion. It's important to make sure that these servers line up the same way they do on Dylan's here. It's very easy to like copy these and then misplace them. I didn't really understand these attached either myself for a while. Kind of confusing, but that's what Control T is there for, right? It helps you see which servers, which basically some of these rotate like. Here's an example here. Some of these are gonna rotate in the X direction, so like this. So it oscillate forward and backward. Dylan also has Z-axis servos here. They rotate like side to side, so if you're walking sideways, you need Z-axis servos in order to move that way. That's why these. So this hinge is like lengthwise versus this one's facing this way. There's an interchangeable difference there. So I'm gonna get this. Why the fuck is it not mirroring? What the fuck? Okay, well that's not gonna happen, I guess. Damn it. That's fine. if you're doing the same thing I am and it's not mirroring, then you can maybe trigger your mirror mode, if I could better word. Just hover it over with your mouse, like make a group selection, it should usually mirror it. If that doesn't work, then check if your mode is activated or not. Okay, so I'm just gonna make these 32 by 32 for the moment. Depending on the weight of the mech after the fact, I might need to make these bigger, but with just a frame, I'm just gonna make it this size to start with. I'll make this. These usually have to be fairly big, because a lot of times your mech will be pretty heavy. I'll do this. What the fuck? How? Okay, this isn't even mirroring right. Okay, yeah, this just stopped mirroring after a certain point. I'm gonna go back all the way on this actually, but it must have fucked up when I went on the floor. Yeah, that undoes the mirroring. Huh, that's strange. It's pretty great. It's not mirroring still. Okay, I guess I'll just have to dismantle it then. Okay, this will do both sides at once, that's fine. I'm just gonna move this down here. Let's be 32. Let's be 32. That's annoying. Let's see if I can trigger mirror mode again. What the hell? That's just not cool. Maybe this is gonna be. I'll leave this 16 again like it was before. This goes in 3, I guess. And then we're gonna this in 16. There we go, that's perfect. So it's not fucking mirroring, it's BS game, but you know. We'll take what we can get. So these are gonna be for the these down here, these are gonna be for the knees. I don't know. Okay, let's see. This next one is gonna go on top of the leg. I'm gonna do this first so I know that I'm getting it right. I'm just gonna get one block for this probably. I usually do. I feel like it's 100 on the thighs here anyways. I'm trying to get the proportions set up like I want them to be. I'm gonna put this up right close to this for a second so I can compare sizes. Yeah, I'll do this like, oh shit. Yeah, 24 by 32 for a moment. Going back to probably like 100 again. I guess 100 height here. Garage. I'll give these. I'll give these their servo here. I think this also fairly sizable. 32 again, that works. And this is 16, like this is 16 as well. And it's not gonna mirror for some reason, so move this right here. 16. This is kind of annoying. It's not very my servos, but you know, whatever. It's all good. Okay, so I'm gonna add the sort of for the head here. Now it's mirroring. Stupid fucking thing. Here's a servo. Oh, what's this actually? I'll label my servos as by their axis of rotation. So I usually do these with red, blue, and green. Kind of like Dylan's over here. This is gonna be bright red. Actually, it's bright red 69. So the x-axis servos, z-axis servos are gonna be partially green, and y-axis are gonna be deep blue. And this little diagram tells you which axis is which, depending on how you want a part to move. Give it a servo of this axis, right? And we can go to Control T to, you know, fact check ourselves here. Tell which servo is truly which. What the fuck is there's parsley? And then, this one's gonna be an example of y-axis servo right here. I usually do anyways. The head. So it looks around basically. Goes back to 8 and 8 for the moment. Let's be deep blue. Deep blue. Let me go there. Then attach this, and that'd be nice to have here. Make this A by U too, just so it doesn't overlap. There's the dresser here. Put this in the middle. So back 4 because we're seeing. So yeah, that's good now. Okay, I'm gonna start making this a little bit more. Okay, for lack of a better word, complete. This is like, this basically only represents one dimension, or its height. But the torso has a lot of width too, I guess. But I guess it'll be easier to show this on this, honestly. Because the point here is to make it more representative of my mech's future proportions. Right now, it's probably not. It should be, because I'm going to use this as a guideline. So basically, so what we're going to do here is we're going to make this, let's go inwards a little bit, more like thinner. This will basically go over with the plan here for this mech. Speaking of, yeah, these are going to be 4 actually, but it's going to be in. Yeah, so this will be a better representation of mech's overall proportions. It's not going to be exact, probably, but it'll be more accurate than what I had before, right? Same thing for the legs here. The head, I usually just do a single block until we actually start the head, but once we get to the arms, we'll do the same thing on them. Also, I'm going to go to the stream chat for a minute. Yeah, and we're going to do this. Okay. I was shitting myself with that stream for a second. Continue. So. Oh shit, what the hell's. That's fine. Let me go here and, I'm gonna see this actually. I haven't seen this in a while. I'll save this. Okay. Move this. These can be for the upper legs or thighs. Until it approach to them. On the starter logic. What the? That's not supposed to be W. That's for sure. There you go. I'll make this 16 by 26 right now. That's fine. Some quick maths here. I'll try keeping this at about 100 for the moment. Just with the upper legs, that's fine, probably. Move down to 68. That's pretty good right there. So let's make the upper leg. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with the arms here. My goal is just gonna be to, at the moment, just get all the logic out of the way. Most of it anyway. I might start certain parts depending on what I want to do for this frame here, but my goal is just start with the frame here probably. So I'm gonna. Whoa. I'll do this 32. Well, then we have this. I'll do like. Let's make this like. Not this big for the moment. These are gonna be for the arms, basically. This one actually has kind of short arms. Well, not short, but like. That's gonna be to ever show you actually. Speaking of, I meant to put this up in the stream, never did. This is the drawing I was talking about earlier in the chat. Talking about over here. This guy's a pretty good at artist. He's got like whole page of. I can find it anyway. Damn it. I'm gonna go find it probably, but that's all good. You do this pretty. Go to Mech over here. He's got a bunch of other cool stuff. Check out. He's on Twitter. He'll leave some stuff. Just wanted to get some spotlight because, you know, using his reference here. Anyways, that's 18 for the moment. We can always change his proportion as well. These are just like to get us started really. Like if this was a restaurant, this would be like the appetizer compared to the main dish, which would be like the armoring of the frame, right? Okay, so I'm gonna make that like. Move this into 24 probably. That works. This is gonna be the upper arm, by the way. It's like the shoulder and the well, yeah, upper arm here. I don't know what to call this. Move this in a bit and a little bit further here. It's down. Well, this is 48 probably. That works for the moment. These are very temporary proportions. These are going to be probably subject to change later on. Speaking of, I'm going to make the head a little, it's like 14 by 14, a little too small now. is like this. That's basically separates the head into a, like, these right here are the sides of the head. They're usually, I like making them slanted on enemies. I'm gonna take me on the dog right now. I usually make these slanted. See with the front of the head right here. Move this forward a bit. And a bit. So this, I'll just do this like 6x6 right here. This should be fine. Size. It's all grass. What this does basically is it makes the divides the head into certain parts. So we got like the top of the head right here, the sides of the head, these two inclines. The front is these, the back right here. I feel like pretty much every head design can be divided into these parts. You know, there's probably some exceptions someone can come up with, but for the most part, I've used this a lot of them. It's been pretty successful. It's a good way to chunk the head into manageable pieces. That's kind of what I'm doing for the rest of the limbs too, just in a different manner. Anyways, let's see. Okay, I'm gonna add the lower legs and their servos now. Tired as fuck. Let's see. These are gonna go up further. I'll put them just in the front of my garage for the moment. This is fine. I'm gonna move this like a little bit wider on the knee here. Just a 40. Move this. Make this a little bit skinnier. Again, these are very temporary. They're gonna probably change a lot as we build the rest of the mech. And then also, if you're wondering, I don't usually make separate joints for the feet or the wrist, yeah, but the hands. Same with the hips. But other builders do that. Seen, you know, other mechs with them, and I feel like, you know, if you want to do that, then go ahead. I do want to just point that out in this video. I'm not going to be doing that in this probably. That's not my usual routine, but, you know, they can be useful for, like, more expressive animations and stuff. To me, that was just kind of a hassle, more logic that I want to deal with, really. So, why do these have frickin'... See that? Oh, yeah, he does have actually these. Okay, that's nice. I was gonna point this out at some point. So, these are gonna probably have to change a lot. You have to make the rest of the mech, especially torque. I feel like that's basically how strong your servos are. Depending on the weight of the mech, we're gonna need likely stronger servos at some point in time. So we'll see how this goes. We make the rest of the mech, but yeah, just keep that in mind. I'm gonna make all this 10 density as well while we're at it, so I don't forget to. And if you're like watching this and you're new to the game or something, or you've not worked with density before, that basically determines your part's health points. So higher density parts are more durable compared to lesser density. It goes on a scale of 1 through 10, 10 being the greatest density you can have. The main setback of density is that it makes your parts heavier. That's why we may need to increase our servo's torque. We're gonna have heavier parts, and also we'll need, you know, heavier duty servos in order to move them, right? These are the lower legs. I don't have servos in there. That's not good. Okay, so the logic's about the bottom of the upper leg. Kind of hard to keep us on track sometimes. That's what Control T and the start kit is there for. Also, kind of meant to explain the inverse kinematics at some point, and I never actually got around to doing that, so I probably should. Better late than never. So basically, that's a where'd my fucking server go? Okay. So basically, inverse kinematics is it's a mathematical principle. Well, kind of, it's an animation style that uses it's the law of sines, law of cosines, something like that. Not something I've actually learned in school yet, but pretty much it solves for angles. So like, you have coordinates. Yeah. So on this part of Dylan's description here, this is a. I'll look this up actually for a second, just so I can fact check myself here. Yeah, so this basically solves for sides of a triangle, like so on this little model here. In this case, the purple parts are going to be your leg, and this computes walking as long as this little black bar right here. When you walk, kind of see it in action right here. This Roblox walking animation. This will be using presumably inverse kinematics to solve for the changing angles and the triangle between my upper leg, lower leg, and it's not really a good name for that third side, but that's basically what determines. Yeah, the first two sides would change in relation to that third one, right? Some of the latest Roblox models have even like sideways animations and backwards animations. Mine Maptar doesn't can't really use it as an example anymore, but Dylan's does. It's pretty good, and that's fun. I'd like to be able to make that myself, but I kind of can't. So I'm gonna copy it. I actually gotta properly copy it though, because it's a pretty useful tool. Anyways, oh, this got fucked up. This was 20. No, that's gonna be that big of a difference, but I don't want that to be fucking 19.75 when it can be 20. It's a nicer number. Let's see. Okay, so now this part is gonna be the top servo of the lower leg here, compared to the bottom, which receives the logic inputs. I'm gonna put this up here. I'm gonna try to make this like roughly the same size. It's not gonna be exact probably, but that's okay. Remember, a lot of this is just like very fundamental, rudimentary, getting logic down. But we're about some specifics when we have some actual parts of the mech coming in. Gonna make this like 20 tall, I believe that's what it is in this. Alright, just gonna add an x-axis servo. Same with this one. It's gonna be up 20. It's not following me around because it's dumb and stupid. There we go. Okay, then lastly, the wrists and the servos for the arms. I'm gonna start really getting into the specifics of the frame here. So I'm gonna duplicate this and move it. Put it in between the lower legs and upper arms here. Make this a little bit skinnier here. Like 14 probably. This will be like 14 as well, might as well. Make this a bit skinnier in relation to that. Remember, the main thing is that this is like a very temporary solution. So I'm gonna get some whole new servers here so that it actually fucking works on them. And we're gonna signify these as x-axis servers. Oh, for something actually, I'll get to that in a second. But I'll make these servers here. So because I'll make both of these the same size, that works. Grass for the material. So now that we have this, I'm gonna add another axis of rotation to the arms. Currently, they'd only go like in this direction, and that's fine. But with the starter kits IK logic, it's already going in two directions. It has two axes of rotation. It's got X, it's like this. That's what the servers are for. It's also got Z. It goes like side to side as well. And I'm gonna give the arms the same property here so that it matches the animation better. Like it'll look a little bit more natural that way. So for that, we're gonna do something a bit differently here. We're gonna need another pair of servos here. With this, oh shit, I fucked up. With this pair of servos, we're gonna change the rotation and designate them as Z-axis servos. So I'm gonna line this up here, which also, like if this is your first time playing or something and you're watching this, that's corner snap is what that's called. It's a keybind down here somewhere. I have mine set to C. That basically grabs parts and snaps them to specific corners. It lines things up perfectly. Useful for well, you know, that's basically its only use, but it's pretty important use, right? I'll make this 24 here. Doesn't have to be exactly the same size. Let's do this for a moment. Think of the server is mirroring like this motherfucker. So that's nice. And then these two are gonna go inside of each other. Yeah, that works out. I'm just gonna make these all this size. I'm gonna offset this a little bit just so I can select between the two of these easier. Basically this is the same rule as these two are on the starter kits logic. What these do is they're effectively one of these. You know, it's essential for these servers to connect to each other. But these two are the ones actually moving for the most part, I think. Anyways, I don't know which server actually moves, but they're just the logic inputs, I guess I would meant to say. And I know mine's slightly different. I have, you know, one of these for same logic, but it's okay. I've done this before, and this doesn't really make that big of a difference. If we need to, we'll add a y-axis servo under the shoulder here. This would basically make the rest of the armor sheet like this way. Could be useful for some animations in the future, but I'll add that later. Maybe. And y-axis is blue. It'll be the same axis as the head rotates on. It's gonna, you know, looking side to side like this. For the arms, that could be used for like, I don't know. Like if you're gonna cut something and you were gonna orient a sword in a different direction, you could use that for towards that end, something like that. x-axis servo to the elbow here. Those are going to mirror, so let's take these x-axis servos. I'm just going to line these up. Oh fuck, that was not supposed to get stuck with them. But let's should go here. Out a little bit further. Inward a bit. I'll make this tall. This should work fine. Then I'm gonna grab this. And up here, same thing. So this will be 16. It's 10 by 10, I think. So this is fine here. Okay, so real quick, I want to mention adding limits to servos. If you'll notice, in a lot of these servos, all the limits are off. I'm just gonna leave them that way because I don't want to fuck up. But something you can do, especially if you're using like a sine wave, or, well, okay, I'm talking weird as fuck right now. But I'd say especially for servers that don't have logic yet, like if you want to test an animation and say that I'm gonna, my arms, say that I'm giving this a sine wave for the x-axis servo, but this z-axis servo is moving out and so wildly it's getting in the way, interfering with how well I can test the animation. Like, I don't want my arm be going, like, flailing around like this all over the place while it's trying to rotate this way at a certain speed. It'd be a lot harder to test that. So, we go down here and turn on, if you activate limits, you can, limit your servo's range of motion. Now, if you make your logic right, then that'll already be done for you pretty much, just by the numbers you're using. But, still kind of a good thing to keep in mind, like, on parts like the elbows, like, for people, our elbows, if we were to walk, they have a certain range of motion, right? They can only bend pretty much this far, so if they go back like this, then your arm's probably broken, right? So, walker logic and engineering usually follows the same type of rules. I'm gonna make this big too, actually. It's the lower leg and lower arm. Make this 64, and this can stay 100. That's probably fine. We can always change it later, of course. That's like the doctrine to making life right there. Okay, also, so, if you'll notice on this, logic here, there's a driver's seat, right? So we're gonna need this to control our mech. It's like where all the inputs come from, kind of. Not all the inputs, but like several important ones come from the driver's seat. It's where we're actually be sitting when we pilot our mech. So I'm gonna add this just right away so I don't forget to do that. I don't want to like test this and then don't have a seat and then have that shit fuck me up. So I'm gonna move this down a little further. And then, there's a lot of stuff we have to cram into the torso, so just keep that in mind. I'm gonna make this like, relatively big so it's durable, but not so big it cramps everything else. Is it 24, 24, and then like probably 16 or so. No, that's too small, like 22, that's fine. 20, there we go, that works, whatever. I'm gonna make a selection channel specifically for the seat as well. So seats are by default with smoky gray, I wanna say. Smoky gray is 11 on the normal color scheme. So, I'll move smoky gray. So this will be useful if we need to extract this for whatever reason. So this is actually like I'm gonna Discord myself for a second so I remember to add one further arms. I'm being lazy as fuck right now, but it's okay. Okay. So yeah, what I'm gonna do now is so I'm just gonna add an anchor. These are on by default, so I'm just gonna let it hang there. And then yeah, let me save this actually as well. I'm gonna test basically how well the joints like interact with each other, like if there's any glitching or something that I need to fix. That's where like torque would come in. So I'm gonna make these entire things no collider for the moment. Pretty much the only things to be collidable is just like probably some of the parts of the torso, I guess. As we make more of the mech, we can like further restore the collisions, but right now I don't want anything glitching out by rubbing against each other. That kind of causes problems sometimes. And then, okay. So what this can let us do is basically fine tune the inverse kinemax animation for that. I'll base the rest of the animations off of that once I have it with the right values and stuff. So a few things also that I ought to do. I fucking hate this keybind. I'm sorry, but holding shift to sprint in my opinion is like not it in my opinion. Sorry, Dylan, I'm gonna change this to I'm gonna make it toggle first of all. I prefer toggle for sprint just because it frees up your hand while you're piloting your mech. Now I'm gonna make it Q on mine. Just because that's what it is in the garage. It's within reach and fairly easy to grab, and I don't really, you know, use it for anything else usually. So, yeah. Which, yeah, if you're watching this and you happen to have this particular question, then, this pink keybind activator right here is how you, change the sprint keybind on, Starter Logic. One more thing I'm gonna do is, change the, step length, height, and all that stuff. Because these are gonna be, generally pretty short. Oh, there's a lot of stuff to change actually. Thigh length, shin length, all sorts of shit has to change here. So that we can calculate my shit right. I'm gonna keep resting length negative 19.5 for the moment. But thigh length and shin length are gonna change to reflect my thighs and shins, right? And so looks like this goes as certain. It's kind of strange. It's like a certain, I don't know, there's a formula for this or something, but I'll just approximate this the best I can. This is 100, so I'll do like I'll do 110. That should be 132, so it'll be, so thigh length is gonna be 110. With shin length being about, I'll say 140 for that. I notice some length is slightly greater. I'm doing some very like crude ass math, but it's okay as long as it works. So these are gonna change this is defaulted to 5, right? A step length of 5 studs on a mech this size is a significant step, right? It'll get you walking a pretty good distance, but on mine, like 5 studs like doesn't even account for this block. Like you'd be going really slow, and you would not be walking if you had on 5s on it. You just gotta play around with these. It's hard to actually, you know, if you wanted to really, you could make a proportion with like, you know, you'd probably have to set up a proportion comparing like this, you know, next size to yours and, you know, its walk length to yours, but that's too much fucking work for me. I am just gonna be lazy as shit and try to guess. I'll just say this should be like 150 for step height. I'll do 70, and for like 80 for X. This is side step length. Yeah, this one stays negative, by the way. I'll make this. I'll just multiply. I'm just gonna multiply everything by 10 for the moment. So this should be 5. This should be. I'll just do 50. 50. I'll multiply all these by a constant, just so they're preserved. Now, one thing I do like to do, a little bit different from Dylan's logic, but you know, I'm fine with it. Is I like giving these I'll worry about later, but sometimes I'll usually give these like a switch box, and what this will do is it'll alternate between walking values and sprinting values. So like, if you're running and you want to take bigger strides, then you need to toggle these. They apply for both walking and running. And you'll see if I activate build, but this would basically go. It'd be the same exact like values, just at a different speed. If you want to change how you change your stride, basically, then you basically get a switch box and alternate between this and another value with this keybind here, your sprint keybind, doing the switching. Let me see anything else. Start with, let me call this 10.d again, just so I'm sure. So 10, because there's a lot of shit that's not 10 right now. That's good. Okay, so oh yeah. Well, these, we'll see about these. Depends on if it, works. Well, we'll test it or not. I'm just gonna save this and activate build, see what we have to work with so far. Okay. Okay, I should probably limit those or something. No, I need to get my seat actually. Or are these not working? Oh fuck, no. For my seat. I should not have made this much of a no client, jeez. I fucked that up badly, what the hell? I'm pretty sure I forgot to change my shin length. No, I did. I don't know what the fuck I'm thinking. I'm not fucking sitting, dumbass game. One second. Compare it to this and see if it's differently. what I was talking about with running though. So yeah, this is just pretty much the same value, but faster. When I change that, then that's what adding a switch box to this would do. This will. So that's really odd. One thing I'm gonna do real quick is I'm gonna set all these to. I'm gonna activate all of my limits for a minute. Let's see if these are attaching as I want them to. Which, yeah, they're attaching pretty much fine. This thing is being a freaking nightmare for some reason. I don't know if it does more with this or something, but I should probably change my resting length, perhaps. That might be a good idea. Don't know why I wrote to that. Let's save this for a second. You know, normally I'd advocate making this from scratch, especially since on a stream I don't want to like copy something from a previous build because I would have already, you know, had the build. It's supposed to be educational, it's supposed to be, you know, going through the motions with you, but I'm gonna go to one of my old mechs here and find what my resting length was because I want to know approximately what to make that. Oh, what did I actually remember? So I mean, this is like roughly the sum of thigh and shin length is actually what I went with for this. Like, I'm pretty sure. As I just suck ass at math. Yeah, that's what that is actually. You can do that differently if you want to, but yeah, for just a simple solution, I'd say just add your thigh and the shin length, resting length. And then make it negative because it's going to be negative, it's going downwards. 140 plus 110, that's like -250 on this mech, I'm pretty sure. Let's get button. Yeah, 250, so resting should be -250. Hopefully that fixes my logic. Jesus Christ, my ears. Okay. I'm gonna deactivate limits now for a second. Okay. That should be saved. Here. Okay, yeah, let me test this. Yeah, I might have to activate collisions, because that's... Oh yeah, look at this though. Little mini me here is working now. So ours should be doing this. If you look at my legs, they are at least moving, to be fair. I'm just probably being dumb as fuck by making these all no collide. Make these collide well, actually, just so we can hopefully start testing. There's a few things we're gonna have to do before we can actually walk, presumably, but those will come with time. For now, I'm gonna try getting these to be a bit stronger. They're too weak. They're spazzing all over the place. That's not good. I want our servers to be stronger than that. So I'm gonna raise the torque to like a giant fucking number. To max large constant. So that's this amount here. It's approximately 420 million. And then if that's not enough, there's nothing we can do but test again. If these start glitching out, then, well, that's bad, we don't want that, but, again, there's no fucking hell. Bruh. Look at the knees, though, they're at least moving pretty solidly now. Reload those. I'm not fucking sitting, what the fuck? Okay. Hold on a minute. That's just for... No, this is here for... Okay. No, actually, this was probably not a great idea. This connects to these, make these bigger first of all, that's probably part of the problem. Let's go like 30 by 30. And these like some weights, for lack of a better word, afterwards probably. This will help the servers keep some strength and not spaz out as much. Also, I'm gonna color code these according to their, one of these is a z-axis and one is an x-axis, right? So yeah, this, I guess this one's gonna be green, z-axis, it'll be red x-axis, okay. Oh my fucking god, doesn't fucking mirror, bruh. It's literally the same fucking x-coordinate, but fucking negative. This game makes me wanna friggin' eat shit sometimes. 30. This will be, partially green. Wait. Wait. My bad, this is actually the, x-axis here. Goes down a bit. And this will be, partially green. This will be 30, 30, 30 again. So it's the same. Okay. Move these inwards a little bit, by the way, these arms. What the fucking hell? Well, that's part of the problem I didn't have my remote on. But, let me grab this and move it inwards a bit. 16, that's fine. I'll check some of these. We're gonna paint a bunch here. So our main goal here is basically going to be to get to where our servers are stronger. They're too weak right now, they're getting kind of thrown about. That's not really what we want. I'm going to fix this by adding some more mass here. So, I like to use head meshes for this. You can make them larger than normal parts, but it won't show. Like their right hitbox, basically. You get an axis where you can make it abnormally large, right? Like this knuckleizer doesn't see with our legs. Walking. Yeah, I'll move this up now. Oh, now you're fucking mirroring. So. And then, I'll add several of these. Make sure it's in density. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Should be enough head masses there. A couple of things I'm gonna do real quick. Can activate limits on this particular part here. One thing you might want to do, especially if you like, want a different pose for your mech. If you want to just change your pose but not have to worry about doing the logic for it, you can just rotate your physical servos. So I'm going to do these by an equal to 15. And one more. So now when the legs attached, they're going to be switching at angles or just straight down. Personally, I like doing it that way. So you can see, now these are at an angle instead of, as compared to like, just straight. Now the IK works a lot smoother now too. Or to generate the anchor, that would presumably work even better. Is it running? We can fine tune that a bit further later, but for now I just want to get this thing, fairly slowly walking. Okay, there's kind of a big to-do list, right, when it comes to doing the logic for a mech. It's a lot of logic. The next thing I'm going to add, though, is basically going to be how we move around within the mech. So, bear with me for a second. It's going to be kind of a lot of parts here, but, let's start with doing steering, because this is how we're gonna, turn our mech. Backer has a tutorial on this, by the way. If you'd like to check his out, his is probably gonna be a lot better way than mine. This stream, right? More in depth and such. But I'll do it in short here. Basically, these aim parts are gonna be for stabilizing your mech. They keep it from like falling over while you're moving around. Just make these like, oh, fuck, damn it. I'll just make this the same size as my upper torso for now. I usually color code these to a degree. There's a lot of different section channels you can take advantage of, but for now I'll just do this. Make sure these are non-collidable, just so they don't, you know, struggle to enter your torso. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get my anchor keybind here. So I can toggle it. Convenient for like, you know, if you wanna move, then you can stay anchored, right? I usually use P for that. It's just kind of worse habit. You can use whatever you want to, but I like doing something out of the way. Also kind of works like a parking brake, so that's where I get P from pretty much. Anyway, one more keybind I want to make, and I'm going to start adding some labels to these in a second. I'm going to give this the key of G, that's what I usually use for this. Yeah, this is a very optional keybind. You don't have to do this, but I personally like to on most of my mechs. This basically toggles your stability. As I said earlier, the aim parts are what keep your mech standing. They prevent you from falling over. Now, in my opinion, anyways, there's some situations where I actually want to fall over, where I want to be, you know, not standing vertically. Like if I'm, you know, most of my mechs can fly, like that's part of the meta. You know, I'd say arguably most mechs these days have some kind of aerial game included, and oh shit, I hit my magma bad. But in my opinion, anyway, at least where I stand on this issue at the moment is that if you can deactivate your stabilization, give you some more mobility in the air, you can like do flips and shit. You have nothing more pretty fun to do anyways. I don't know how practical it is, so, you know, I've not really fought that many people, to be fair, but yeah, that's what I do in mine. Anyway, I can start making a huge point out, stop making a huge deal out of it. Label the thing. So, text display. And fucking, what's supposed to be on both? It's supposed to be anchor. I'll call this aim toggle. Just something simple but descriptive. So now, since the aim parts are there for stabilization purposes pretty much only, this will beg the question, well, what do we use to steer, what do we use to actually turn the mech? Those are going to be servos. Now these are technically y-axis servos, but I usually give them a separate color because this will be turning the entire body of the mech rather than just an individual part. Like, you know, the head is, you know, it's one body part, it's going to turn like this. The mech is also going to turn like this, but this is going to be turning the entire thing. Look, it gets a different level of importance with that. It also receives very different logic, so these are just selected, you know, individually, that's it. Anyway, though, move this over, move the same size here, pretty much. And I usually go to its own unique color as well, so that we can select it. I'll just compress this for now, into here. Most of this room is probably going to be covered up, so doesn't really matter if this looks goofy as fuck right now. It's very temporary. might also need some these inputs. For now, I'm just gonna give it I'm just gonna copy the inputs from Dylan's server configuration here. So it's gonna be a torque of max large constants, acceleration, whatever that is. I think it's like 40 and 40. They're gonna be 40. What the fuck? Here that happens. Speed's more cooperative. Yeah. Oh, shit, where's speed? Yeah, speed worked. Then, acceleration will be, whatever, this is also 40, I believe. Now, I'm gonna start copying a bunch of aim parts. So we have the limits density too. There's density equals 10. I'm just gonna select everything. One more time here. All this shit should be 10. Okay. Yeah, therefore, Tez, sorry I wasn't looking at my screen chat for pretty much most of the stream. Anyway. Let's see. Okay, once I get this turning done, I'm probably gonna end the stream for now. You know, we've gotten, yeah, I'll probably end it after this part. You know, we can continue this later, of course. There's like, I said I was planning to do this like every Sunday until it's finished. That's probably gonna be the plan. Anyway, let me find what I was gonna do though. Okay, right. So we have all three all three inputs except for an angle input. This angle input is what is gonna make our mech turn. So to get that, we're gonna need a generally what we want, at least how I'm doing it right now, is I want this to follow my mouse. So inputs are kind of counterintuitive in this case. And that you'd expect them to be, you know, their job is to follow the mouse. Like that's what an impart normally does. In lead engineering, they also serve as stabilization. In this case, we only want them to be stabilization. They got nerfed like super hard in the early stages of the game, and currently most of the mech community agrees that they're like no longer powerful enough to actually power people's mechs. Like if you were to use only an aim part to turn your mech, it'd be super slow. You'd be almost unable to turn pretty much at all. So that's why we need another servo on top of them. This servo, you don't notice my legs were moving smoothly. Once we got them fixed, the IK was working. They were taking steps back to turn at about that speed as well. That's what the servo is there for. This brings up the dilemma of how are we going to get to follow our mouse. And so basically we're going to need a mouse 3D position sensor. This basically calculates where a mouse is in the game's world. So basically the intro of this will just make it follow your mouse. I'm going to global to relative position, which here's Control T coming in handy again. This is basically what us to point forward or wherever our mech is going to be oriented. So yeah, this guy's working in this direction. I'm just going to put this in the middle of my torso. Now probably at the bottom actually there's one more thing. That'll probably be the first priority next stream. is what's gonna go in the middle of the torso. That'll be like thrusters and stuff, how we actually move, because it'll probably walk pretty slowly at first. Like, especially if we don't have anything else to propel it with. But yeah, I'm just gonna add this here for the moment. Because this is an essential part of how we make it turn. If you'll notice, this is a vector input, right? So, vector is gonna have both magnitude and direction. And that's compared to like a number, which is just a number. Like okay, this is kind of a bit different because it's going to a servo, but like speed in this case would be like a number. It's just the amount of, it's like the quantity of like fastness, like how fast something is going. A vector would be that and in what direction, which depends on our mouse, because you know we gotta know how fast our mouse is moving, how far it's moving, which that's also part of velocity vector, and then in what direction it's going. I don't know why the fuck one of that changed those two to me, but you know, you get the point. This is a vector input. It goes into quite nicely the global relatives. Vector input position in the world. That's what the 3D mouse position is going to be for. Now we need one more thing. This is going to basically, this output's a vector, right? But our servo only accepts number inputs. It doesn't go in. So there's an actual logic part, like specifically for this type of thing. Turret handlers, these accept, you know, in this case it's going to be our mouse as the vector input, but it's going to accept a vector input, and it'll hook up to a servo, and I'll follow your vector input, so mouse in this case. So we're going to need, this is the base, excuse me, this is going to be the base, we're going to need some yaw. Oh man, I'm almost freaking illiterate right now. The top would basically be moving like, let me go to, right, watch this, this is going to be the best drawing ever. So like, let me get a mech for a second. I guess here's your mech, right? So, basically, here's our mouse. So, our servo is going to be like flat like this. There's our aim parts. These keep our mech stabilized, you know, keep it pointing upwards pretty much. Deactivating it, it'll just go all over the place, like, you know, I feel like that's, in my opinion, in the air, that's fine. Like, you can do a bunch of cool flips and shit. But, when you're walking, though, generally you want to be standing upward, right? Anyway, though, back to what I was trying to get to with, what's it called? Yaw versus pitch. Turret handler. So basically what this will do on our mech, let me plug this in, actually, we need the output position from the global relative to go in here. So the global relative part, let's actually call that actually. Global to relative. What this will do is it'll take the global position of our mouse and make it relative to our mech. But you know, like that's a vector, so we need the T handler, turret handler to process that and turn it into a number input that our mech servo can use. Once that's there, basically what it's going to do is it'll go, the change motion is going to be like this, be like turning side to side. That's like, as opposed to like, if we were to go like this, like up and down. So, like we're saving this, this is the best artwork ever. need some more stabilization. 1 aim part is likely not going to be enough for this. So I'm going to do something to add a bunch. So something I learned from Paco here. He's helped me a couple days ago. He's pretty good. Thank you, Paco. Showing you up in the stream because you're amazing. If you do want to get a bunch of parts in one place, there's a compression limit. So the limit is 5. You can't have, like, basically you can have compressions that are less than 5. You can't have, 5 or more compressions of one part. The limits are slightly different for non-PvP parts, but I don't know what I'm talking about. PvP limits 5 anyway. So to bypass that, you can get like groups of 4 and put them really close to each other, but not, exactly the same position. So I'll be doing that here a lot, probably. We're like, this should be enough aim parts for the moment. I might have to add a few more later, but now we've got like a crap ton of aim parts here. They're gonna stick under the torso a little bit, most likely. That's okay. Like, this is gonna be all covered up, presumably. If they do still stick through, then we can always just move this master server here slightly higher or something. Let me go now, those get to turn, and I'm gonna. Oh, what the? Wrong thing. Fucking thing. Let's save. I'm gonna try to get to stand upright and get the IK working. I got it to. It was, moving smoothly last time, but I want to ensure that it's like the angles are right. Like, I'm just doing this for insurance to ensure that it wasn't a fluke or anything last time we tried it. Let me activate build here. So yeah, it's standing up pretty smoothly. That's good. You know what? I made those way too freaking tall, actually. What the fuck is it turning around for? What the fuck is... Okay, this is not being kind to me. Pretty interesting with my... I'm pretty sure I give this too much torque, I want to say. I don't know. That should not be happening, though. Like, where is that? Yeah, this has a huge torque value. I'm gonna give that a little less torque, like way too much. So I'm gonna go like 120,000. That was just a random guess. I mean, some of this you just have to play with values. It's kind of unfortunate, but there's not much of a better way to go about them. Put this in here. Once they're, should follow our mouse and not, spaz out like I was doing earlier. Anyway, our proportions were way fucked. I made those huge. They were not supposed to be. I'm gonna make these like. I'm actually mirror mode on these. I'll make this like 40 probably. Move this up here. These are also. Oh, I'm gonna have to change my values as well on the. Okay, like the, shin length and thigh length and stuff. Yeah, so if you change your proportions, I'm going to change those as well if it's like your legs and they're following that key. So I'm gonna make this about like, I'll say like 75. This is, I'll go 69 because it's funny. These are just like very, rough estimates. I don't exactly know what these proportions are going to be. It's like, honestly, hard to tell. But it's all good. But, let me measure this real quick. I'll make the change. Yeah, so this is like, I'll say 75 on that. That's close enough. But these can be off by like, slight amounts. are gonna be about like, I'll say those are 95. So resting is basically gonna be, again, this is probably not, this ain't like a concrete formula or something that like, oh yeah, if you don't follow this, your high K is gonna be completely fucked. But I like making Western link the sum of thigh and shin, like I said early in the stream. So yeah, so sigma, thigh, and shin. This will be I cannot fucking calculate that. I'm a dumbass. 170, negative 170. This is gonna be negative values going downwards. Okay. Let me. This actually has decent proportions this time. And then, oh yeah, I also gotta remember there's these will have hands and feet under them. They're not there at the moment. We'll just add those real quick, but I'm not gonna fuck with it for the moment. Let me uninker this again. Pressing G so it stands up. That's much better. I'm just gonna get the arms shorter now because they're way too long. I'm gonna enter. Okay, why is it not? What the fuck? Oh, I'm looking the wrong way. Okay, so it walks fairly fine, I'd say. Especially if we. Yeah, so I'm fine with this for the moment. And the arms, I'll worry about those another day. Now we're concerned most. Oh, wait, hold on a minute. Thinking of what's up with my servos. They're stuck at 1 equal, probably has to do with their limits or something, I would imagine. His legs also going out a bit too far, so they're like when the mech looks a bit too like squished currently. Huge fan of that, so I'll change that. Seems pretty stable though overall. Back to rush for a second. So I'm gonna move these inwards a bit. Further, like I'll think it's like 6 inwards. 6 inwards here. And then I'll make the lower like slightly longer. So I'll just add 10 both of these. 95 to 105. This should like be 105 now. That's enough. 180 now. The arms, I'm just gonna make these way shorter. They're long as fuck right now. Make this like 40 probably. And these can be like 30. 32 maybe. Hard to get an exact number on this right now, but that's what this process is for. So now we know this server, I'm pretty sure I have limits on or something, because this is not doing what it should right now. Let me select my fucking servo. Your servo. That is not reassuring at all. It's stuck at 1. Oh, wait, is this collisions maybe? No. Screenshot, I don't know. Nope. Where was I? Okay, so it's gonna be a low torque thing as well, maybe. I don't know. I'll troubleshoot in a minute, make the proportions better right now. Yeah, it's definitely not following my mouse anymore. Okay, this is much better proportionally. Work this for the moment. Yeah, look at the legs attached a lot better now too. So yeah, obviously steering is not working right now, but the walking is, that's fine. Let me can do is go on your legs here. Pretty sure it's I don't remember if it's friction or friction weight, but what's the regular friction? So with the coefficient of friction mu, it would basically it converts some of the normal force, which is like, okay, I'm going, wait, what the fuck? I didn't even get out of the text box there. Pretty much this, I don't know what friction weight does, I don't know the name, but like, normal force is like, assuming that Roblox uses, you know, it's got a physics engine, right? Well, normal force is basically what, it's like a perpendicular force that keeps something on there, where it's like supporting force. Friction usually is like resistance that a surface, you know, it's an interaction between a force would be like an interaction between two objects, and a friction is like a resistance that an object experiences as it slides over something else. It's where we get like grip from, right? So our legs are kind of, they weren't terrible, let's say, but like if we give them better friction, they'll grip the ground more. We can walk even, you know, faster. That would actually like change some of our movement logic, which we don't even have yet. That'll be in the next stream, but I'm trying to get in the friction list a little bit. I'll make mu go like 0.5. So that kind of difference. If that doesn't do anything, then probably have to change like, I don't know if it's like friction or friction weight you have to change. There's one of these that has that effect, but I'm forgetting which one is which. Whoa, holy shit, I'm bouncy as fuck right now. Oh yeah, there we go, now we're zoom in. Okay, so now we're going like, slower but it's grippier, you see. I'm just gonna reset and try friction and weight, because I'm pretty sure that's what it's actually supposed to be. You know, it's getting sweet and all sorts of shit. Pretty nice. And oh yeah, we can configure the animation probably too next stream, because personally I'm not a huge fan of like the running just being a faster version of the walking. Like I usually like it having like, you know, longer strides and like an actual freaking running animation, you know? Anyway. So I'm gonna make this what's that one? Looks like made a dumbass probably. Yeah, mu, so it's wait, is it divided by, oh shit, well, that would make sense. What the fuck was that? Yeah, dude, it's mu times normal. Yeah, mu times normal force, so. One moment, let me know the mouse. Yeah, whatever, I'll just leave it at 0.3 for now, and I'll try raising this to like 50. Friction weight, I'm pretty sure is like, I'll see if this makes any noticeable difference in performance here real quick. Because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Oh yeah, that's much better. So yeah, friction weight's the one I gotta change, I guess. BE anyways. Oh shit, I'm gonna fall off the fucking edge now with the mouse, no. And yeah, our anchor is pretty glitchy. I'm gonna introduce another method for keeping our mech in place next stream. Bro, I can't fuck. One, hold the fuck up. Bro, why can't I fucking swim, dumbass? Okay, let me back up here. So now, for the rest of the stream, I'm just gonna try troubleshooting this, because we're making our fucking turning to work because it's being an asshole to me for some reason. First of all, I did this right? It's like, there should be a 3D position sensor into a forward-facing equal to relative, which this is facing the right way. Then this needs to be outputted back into the turn handler. Oh my, what the fuck? Where'd my fucking, okay, well that's the problem then. I mean, output pitch to go, nope. Fuck me, that's output yaw, actually, output yaw is up here. Go for a second. Last time I tried this was like very touchy, so I'm gonna try changing that. Yeah, it's spinning all over the place right now. I'm just running stronger. Get the fuck in my mech so that makes any difference. Bro, why am I a fucking tornado? I'm asking so. Oh, this is negative, is why it's inverted. Okay, that's the problem then. So if this ever happens to you, which, I don't. Okay, I might have to look up my old Mexican for a second. Let me see if this. I'm trying to see if something makes a difference here or not. Either way, there is a solution to this, but, something I'd rather know how to do because it's, you know, even easier if you can just get it to work the first time, right? Okay, yeah, shit's just being weird. I thought there might have been a difference of you, whether or not you put your, like, bottom on the input or not, but, I just keep it on there. It works that way. Just make it negative, get to the yaw input, and since that's a number input, you can invert that. Inverting or turning, since it's already going backwards, if we invert that, it'll, you know, go from going the wrong way to the right way now. So we just get negative input. This will basically multiply our yaw value by -1, and now it should follow our mouse properly. So let's plug this into here, and then negative yaw into our angle input. Now this will follow our mouse properly. So activate build here. Okay, so yeah, now it's following my. Let me get in actually, a little more apparent probably, but okay, actually it's a bit too slow, I'd say. It is following my mouse though. Yeah, it's a bit slow. I'll make the torque greater probably. Maybe acceleration or speed too. Could help. And increase my step height probably. It's still too low right now, I'd say. Sorry, I was deep in thought there. Let me go to the main hub here. Get a torque up as well for the turning mechanism. I'm gonna make this like 1 million. Yeah, that's fine. Now over here, make step height like. Make this equal. I don't know why I like doing this, but I'm just make this. I'll try like. Yeah, we're doing some goofy ass maths here. That's okay. this looks like the average is gonna be 90. So I'm gonna make this 90. Yes. Very quick maths. Okay, anyway. So if we're gonna have that on, yeah, I set that to 1,000,000. I'll try this again. This might also need faster acceleration and speed and stuff, but I'll worry about that later. I'm just gonna try it with torque for now. Get in. Try it. Okay, yeah, this is not like it's logic is right. It just needs to be fine tuned a bit. Just gonna set like fat ass torque value. See if that makes any difference. Set the max. I'll just get maxed out torque. See if that helps any. And if that, this could cause it to like glitch out or some shit. Hopefully not, but I would not be surprised if it does. Oh yeah, no, this is actually working pretty fine. Yeah, this is following it pretty closely now. I think anyway. It's trying to, but it's only going like it's not going left at all for some reason. It's still going in one direction for some reason. There you go. Let's go the other way this time. Oh shit, I'm gonna die. Oh. Yeah, we actually fucking swam that time. Let's go. I feel like a limit on this or something. That's strange. Damn, what's going on here? I'll try with like Austin with no stabilization, maybe. I don't know. Okay, now it's trying to. I'll go with that next stream, honestly. Yeah, my buddy also got entered. I'm gonna stop here. Thanks for watching, and